Good morning. Can all hear me? Welcome to Malaysia and Singapore. Little bit about me. I'm the product manager for Malaysia and have been looking after the destination for about 15 years. There's an opportunity for you to ask questions. You can type them in down the bottom of the chat screen. I will endeavour to get to them either at the end, before the end of this, or you can email me at graham@ventureholidays.com.au if you need anything else. So today's update is mainly about Malaysia. So let's hit the button and see how we go. And of course the page turns. Right, Kuala Lumpur is the main point of entry into Malaysia. The city is a great stopover. It's about 70 kilometres from the airport. You can get there by transfer in good traffic from as little as 45 minutes. There's another way of getting into town using the express train. It's 28 minutes from the airport to the central station. Note that with the central station, you've still got to get a taxi from there to your hotel. On a good day, it could be, say, 15 minutes from Central to one of the hotels that we feature in the brochure. On a bad day, it could be an hour. You've got two options. Certainly when I travel, I always take a transfer into the city, and sometimes I take the train back out, but the transfers to me are a very convenient way of doing it. I've got a bit of a mud map here. I'll just try and get a little spotlight here. The central station isn't shown on this. You've got Central probably about where my little red light is. Hopefully you can see that. One of Kuala Lumpur's favourite things to do is to go shopping, and you've got everything from local shopping, places like Times Square and Sungai Wang shopping centre, which are very much the local sort of cheap shopping, I suppose you'd say. Then if you're ever wanting electronics, Low Yat Plaza down here is just fantastic. Everything from the latest phones, tablets, cameras, computers, anything that's gadget-wise, that's the place to be. Then you want to go a bit more high-end shopping. You've got Pavilion Shopping Centre and the KLCC Shopping Centre. Pavilion is just outstanding. They've got everything from a Harvey Norman through to Gucci, through to numerous other brands. And then across the road at Star Hill Plaza is another great little interesting shopping centre for the really high-end jewellery, where they've got arm guards out the front, and they have to actually let you in. But you know, it certainly offers every type of shopping that you can imagine. And then of course you've got the Chinatown option with you know, your copy watches and Jimmy Choo handbags and other bits and pieces. As far as dining, I will need my little button back in. Jalan Alor has really come alive. They're now closing the road at night. They've got the tables and chairs out, and that's very much the street food. There's a little street just off it called Changkat Street, which is behind the Astana Hotel and not far from any of the other hotels. Lined with lots of little restaurants and pubs. They've got a magic theme. There's a dining in the dark. It's sort of the boutique style of dining. Of course, food courts. Every shopping centre's got a food court, whether it's Sungai Wang, whether it's Bajais, Times Square, Pavilion and Surya have got fantastic food courts, as well as many, many restaurants. Of course, restaurants are in the shopping centre, and you know, around every corner. One of Malaysia's favourite activities is eating, and they do it very well. As far as getting around, walking is a fantastic way of doing it. On this little mud map here, I've got a red line that basically shows a covered walkway. So you can walk from the Melia, Loyat Plaza, Times Square Shopping Centre, all the way undercover, and then from here on it's an overhead walkway that will take you to the convention centre, and from there you can actually walk underground to the Surya KLCC, or the Twin Towers as other people tend to know it. It is a good way of getting around. Sorry, I just got to turn the page. They've got the monorail that will take you from Central Station down into the main area. There's also LRT. They're doing a new underground that's would help. And there's always, for sightseeing, there's the hop-on, hop-off sightseeing bus that's become pretty popular. The only negative about it is it's an open-top bus, and Kuala Lumpur can get pretty hot, and at times it can get pretty wet. So just need to think about that one. Where to stay? Certainly there's a lot of new hotels popping up. The St Regis has just opened, Fairmont, Banyan Tree, Four Seasons. When we're talking about Central Station, a lot of these hotels are now by Central, which is great. If it's mainly for corporates, our clients tend to want to stay where they can go shopping, where they can eat easily. So generally the hotels that we use are well located around that shopping area that that I've mentioned. So our hotels are sort of from the Mandarin Oriental. You've got the Shangri-La over here. What else have we got? The Melia, Dorset, Ritz-Carlton are in this area, and from there down at Berjaya up to Surya, that would be a 20-minute walk if you didn't stop and look at shops, and using my legs, which aren't really short. Okay, so a couple of things. With the hotels, there's a few ones I want to point out. The Dorset has been a long time favourite with Australians. It's been many years overdue for renovation. It's got, the rooms are now brand new. Something they're doing, they've actually got a free mobile phone for use during your stay, so that you can take their little phone, make your local calls, go and surf the net. It has guides on it, so it's a good free service that they're offering. The Melia is also just gone through a renovation. Your guests would now start to stay in renovated rooms. The Park Royal has always been a long favourite with Australians. They've got double rooms, as does the Dorset. So for families wanting 2 adults, 2 kids in the room, it's a good thing to do. They also have family suites that will allow 2 adults, 2 kids in a room at the Park Royal. And they have a good deal on their club floor. So their club floor rooms would probably equal a normal room at the Marriott. Traders is the hotel that I love. It does have the best view in town, and also the Sky Bar, which is pictured. Seeing the Twin Towers at night is something that's just, it's an amazing building. Down the bottom of it, they've got fountains that, the locals get out and watch, but you can sit at the top of the Traders Hotel, have a drink at Sky Bar, and watch the towers light up. It's fantastic. They also have a deal where if you stay 3 nights in a tower room, you get access to the club floor, which certainly is something that's quite nice, just to be there, have a quiet drink at the end of the day. The Marriott is still looking fantastic. People ask about the Marriott versus the Westin. The Westin next door is looking a little bit tired. They need to do some renovations. They're talking about it. So that may happen, but in the meantime, I'd certainly be recommending the Marriott. The Ritz-Carlton is absolutely fantastic. They've just completed renovations. They're such an affordable, luxurious hotel. You get your butler service. You know, other things they've just done. They have high tea every afternoon. I've just got a deal through yesterday where if you stay 3 nights there, you'll get 1 high tea in the afternoon included. It's amazing value. Looking for something a bit of an apartment style, the Park Royal Service Suites, they've been open for about, I think, 10 years now. They're still looking good. Once upon a time they had a really basic breakfast that's been upgraded, and certainly you know, well worth staying. If you're wanting something that's a bit bigger, you've got access to a kitchen if you want to do your own cooking, but with all the restaurants that are around the place, why would you want to cook your own meals? I know my wife certainly wouldn't want to be doing that. Okay, we'll move north to Penang. Certainly, to me, it's a great hassle-free destination. It's been a long-time favourite with Australians. It's the centre of food in Asia. People go from all regions, you know, Hong Kong, Vietnam, Thailand, they'll all head to Penang for its food. Its chili crab is legendary. They have an amazing Assam laksa that the locals love. I can't stand. Then they've got other things like fish head curries, of course, satays, char kway teow. Generally, when you meet a local, they'll greet you with, "Have you eaten?" Georgetown, of course, is the sister city of Adelaide. It's recognised by UNESCO for its architecture. They've preserving their old shop houses. They're being turned into cafes, restaurants, art galleries, you know, boutique hotels. They've also done a series of murals around the walls that are virtually interactive ones. This, well, that's a trishaw there. You'll see ones with a trishaw that's actually got the passengers painted on the wall and there's a bike in front of it. So yeah, it is a great place to walk around. The Heritage Trail is just fascinating. Great place to walk. Certainly at the end of the day, you do need to go and find a cold beer, and to me the E&O Hotel, or Eastern Orient Hotel in Georgetown, is the place to go. The Farquhar's Bar has the coldest beers in Penang, and if you're there from about 4, I think they have happy hour pricing from about that time. The things you do, of course, in Penang is relax. You've got Georgetown. Oh, sorry, I need my little torch on again. You've got Georgetown over here, and then the beach of Batu Ferringhi, which is where most of the resorts are. Eating is, like I said, it's a hobby. In the town, Gurney Drive is famous. It's hawker centre. Down in Batu Ferringhi, the main beach strip, there's a fantastic hawker centre called Long Beach. I've been eating there for many years. Their Indian little hawker centre does fantastic street food. Of course, you've got satays, you've got all your chili crab and all the other fantastic foods. Of course, shopping centres, there's a few shopping centres in town. 7th Avenue, Gurney Plaza, Straits Quay are as good as anything you'll get in Kuala Lumpur. Moving on. Hang on. There we go. Where to stay? I mentioned in Georgetown you've got a lot of little boutique shop houses that have been turned into hotels. Where I would always stay in Georgetown, purely because of the sense of heritage, is the Eastern Oriental Hotel. It was opened in 1885 and is a sister hotel to Raffles. The hotel has just got so much character about it. It was totally renovated in I think it reopened in about 2000. The hotel is such good value. They've got 2 wings, a new wing's just been built that is in the style of the original wing. Personally, I would stay in the heritage wing because the rooms, the walls look a bit crooked, the floors creak. Of course, that's all the ghosts that you go walking the halls at night. Fantastic bathrooms. It's got a real bit of character about it. Certainly, there are boutique places in Georgetown. Personally, I'd rather stay in a hotel that's always been a hotel than an old shop house that, they look good on the outside. Some of them on the inside will wear very quickly. Down on the beach, sorry, I can't turn the page. Oh, there we go. Turn the page. Just a few highlights. The Holiday Inn Resort has renovated its rooms. The tower wing has got separate showers and baths. The restaurant there is fantastic. They've got a North Indian chef. They do fantastic Indian food. The Hard Rock is going through of the refreshment of the rooms until October. The kids' rooms, Rock City kids' rooms as they call them, they've got a separate partition in the room where the kids have got 2 beds. They've got a PlayStation there. It's a nice little thing. Park Royal is about to go and refresh its rooms. They hope to be done by the end of May. They're going to do 1 wing at a time and they expect no impact on guests. The Golden Sands is starting on a new kids pool area or the splash area, so they're putting in another water slide. They'll have water play area. Their jacuzzi pool is currently being renovated to make it a more private experience. Certainly for people wanting luxury, stay at the sister hotel to the Golden Sands, the Rasa Sayang, or for couples looking for a quieter thing, stay at the Lone Pine Hotel, which didn't actually mention there, but is not a bad place to go. There's a few new attractions. The butterfly farm in Penang has been around for many, many years. If you think of that butterfly farm, forget it. It's a brand new place that's about 4 times the size. They have butterflies and fireflies and other sorts of insects, and it's a fantastic, brand new experience. Komtar is the tallest building in Georgetown. They've got a theme park that's opening on the roof in September. They're going to have a 7D experience, a sky bar. They're going to have a walk on top of the roof so you can hang over the edge and just take in the view if you're that way inclined. Also a Jurassic World. Penang Hill, the railway that takes you up the top is all up and running. It's brand new. It certainly makes the trip up the hill. Up there you can go and enjoy the cooler climate. For something a little bit quirky, they've got a upside down museum where it's great for selfies of you walking on the ceiling. So it's a little bit, a little bit of fun. Families love it. Moving further north to Langkawi, this is a place you go and relax. It is a duty-free island, so cost of drinks by the pool and the bar, and then they have happy hour, certainly fantastic. For instance, I was at the Bajaya Langkawi last week, and a happy hour vodka and soda cost about $3. The question is, where do your clients want to stay? You've got a choice of, true beach resorts on the beach with a long sandy beach with, palm trees and pool. There are really only 2 truly pure beach resorts. The Holiday Villa or Meritus Pelangi Beach Resort and Spa. Both have gone through some renovations. They've been around for a while, but they both represent great value for money for what they are. Certainly my favourite, I stayed in Pelangi Beach in the 90s, and it's always been one of my favourites. Other than that, a lot of the resorts are overlooking the water on the side of a hill. Berjaya Langkawi, Western Langkawi, both are on the side of the hill. They have a small beach area. And then with the Andaman and Datai, they're actually built in a rainforest, but they're both on their own private bay. They share the bay, and it is a fantastic experience. People ask me, where do I want to stay? It all depends on my budget. Certainly, if money was no object, I'd go and stay in a beach villa at the Datai. They've got these villas that you walk out of your villa through a gate and you're on the beach. There's a new hotel, St. Regis, it's just opened. I'd probably give it 12 months before I'd start looking at it. They've got a man-made lagoon there that they're having a few issues with. It hasn't worked out as well as they would have liked because the tide is taking their sand and construction away. So that's a little bit of a wait and see. Certainly there are 4 superb resorts there: Datai, St. Regis, Four Seasons and Dana. My pick would be the Datai every time. If I'm looking for you could probably say the Pelangi Beach and the Andaman are probably similar, and a bit similar to the Western. It depends what you're looking for. Certainly a great value. You couldn't go past the Holiday Villa. I see I've just got a question about the Tanjung Ru. Yes, it's a resort that was dear to my heart. At the moment it's only half opened. Management don't know what they're doing, and until it's actually finished its renovations, you're only staying in half a resort, so it's not worth selling at the moment. But watch this space. There's a new zipline attraction in Langkawi called Skytrack. It's operated by quite a good company that's also doing a lot of water sports in Langkawi. Very professional. Something that's a little bit different. They've reopened the Sky Bridge at the top of the cable car, which gives you fantastic views, which we had on our first slide. I like hiring a car and driving myself around. You can get up to the highest peak in the island. First thing in the morning or in the evening, you can see the giant hornbills coming back to roost. Moving over to Borneo, we have Sarawak. Kuching is the capital of Sarawak. Sarawak is a cultural centre, I'd say. It's a great place for local handicrafts, the art scene. Kuching is another, it's got a bit of a colonial feel about it because it had some colonial history where it was actually ruled by some British during the 1800s until World War II. You can walk along the river sort of promenade down here. So that hotel there is the Hilton, which is a fantastic location. The Pullman's just up behind it. There are some other hotels that perhaps aren't as good as what they once were, which is why we're just featuring the Hilton and Pullman. It's another walking city. Walk along the river. You can walk down to the market, and all the way down they've got these little shop houses where they've got cafes, art galleries, handicraft stalls, and restaurants. Fantastic little place to go and spend a few days. If you're en route to, say, the Mulu Caves, which is just a fantastic destination. The Marriott Mulu Resort and Spa used to be the Royal Mulu Resort. It's now reopened as a Marriott because all the rooms have been totally renovated. It's a great way to experience the caves. Clients would need 2 nights to go and fully experience the caves, so that you get your tour into the 4 caves, so it's 2 half-day tours, I suppose you'd say. It is possible to do the caves in 1 day, however, certainly not recommended. It's only what travel agents do on FAMs. Flights are easier than they used to be. You can fly straight in from Kuching and Kota Kinabalu. There is, if people are wanting to go and see a different cave, the Nia Caves, they can do that via Miri, and that's where they found evidence of Borneo man. Bones that were from 20,000 years ago. Moving on to Sabah. Sabah is next door to Sarawak on the island of Borneo. It's very much a nature destination, plus you've got 5-star resorts there. So Kota Kinabalu, or KK, has some of the best sunset views in the area. They've got islands just offshore, including Gaia Island, where there's a few resorts, and every hotel will take advantage of the sunset view. Dining, they specialise in seafood, whether it's Chinese, Indian, you name it, they'll have a seafood restaurant. They also have hawker styles, but there's quite a few restaurants in the city. Where to stay? Oops. You've actually got 2 hotels in the city that we recommend, Le Méridien or the Hyatt. Le Méridien is going through a renovation at the moment. The rooms are large rooms. They'll certainly take 2 adults, 2 kids in the room. In fact, I think they will allow 2 adults and 3 children in some of their rooms. The Hyatt has been renovated. The restaurants are just been finished, a nice swimming pool, but both of those are in the city. When you've got 2 resorts next to the city, virtually between the airport and town, Shangri-La Tanjung Aru, long time favourite, was Venture's first hotel in Kota Kinabalu back in the 90s or late 80s. Is a Shangri-La. You can't say any more than that. Fantastic service. Yeah, the spa there is outstanding, and their sunset bar, you've virtually got to get there early to take advantage of that. And the next door resort, the Sutra Harbour Resort, have got 2 hotel wings. One's a hotel style, one's a resort. Golf course, marina, dining opportunities is fantastic. The Shangri-La Razaria is about 45 minutes from town, and is on its own beach, and it's got a nature reserve just in this part of the resort. There's another resort further down the beach from the Razaria, whose name escapes, the Nexus. We're not featuring that at the moment. There's a reason for that I don't really want to talk about here in this forum. You can ask me later if you like. As far as offshore islands from Kota Kinabalu, Gaia Island Resort is operated by YTL, so it's sister resort to Pankor, Laut and Tanjong Jara. Fantastic service. Of the 3 resorts on the island, this is the place to stay. Best value for money, best service, best management. I'm very conscious of the time here. Apologise if I've gone over time. Certainly Sandakan, the tours to see Sandakan, to see everyone's favourite, the orangutans. They're now taking in visits to the Sun Bear Centre, which is next door to Sepralok Orangutan Sanctuary. The Australian War Memorial should always be visited. It's quite a gripping reminder of what's happened in the past and what we hope never happens again. To visit Sukau, we use a resort that is award-winning, that may not be the cheapest, but they'll do things like when they have a tour along the river to see the proboscis monkeys, they have a boat that takes a maximum of 12 people. When they get to where they need to be, they'll then start using electric motors. Other operators will come up with a boat, with a long boat with about 20 people in, have their outboard motors thumping, and may not be the most ideal way of doing it. Moving further east, the Danum Valley is a great luxury escape deep in the heart of the rainforest. It is an outstanding experience, certainly combining Sukau and Danum Valley. We've got a 5-day, 4-night tour called the River and Rainforest that is exceptional. Certainly it's a highlight, and we've had a lot of people book that this year. Quickly moving on to Singapore, people have said what's new in Singapore. We've now featured on Sentosa Resorts World Hotels. You've got 3 that we've featured, the Hard Rock, Festive and Aquarius. What's the difference? Good question. Hard Rock is very much action. There's a lot happening, a lot of themes, there's a lot of people moving around. Great for the young at heart, I suppose you'd say. But just looking at all the memorabilia there, it's a great little spot for a couple of nights. Festive Hotel, only for families. If you've got couples, do not send them here. Very much a family hotel, very popular with the local market. The Aquarius is a quieter area. Certainly it would be more suitable for couples. So you've got Hard Rock's the action, Festive's the families, Aquarius the quiet, get away from it all. So that's basically it from me. Thank you for listening to me. I hope I haven't put too many to sleep. Of course, we do have the ability to book more than what's in our brochure. If you don't see something, always contact us. We'll certainly see what we can do. The brochure highlights the deals that we have when the brochure is put together. Hotels are constantly coming out with extra specials, early birds, value-added promotions. Something that may not be printed in the brochure, that will be available through our res or through CalypsoNet. So basically, thanks for listening and have a great day. And please send any questions if you have them.